It's a new year and I'm a new bitch. I mean, exactly. It's a new year and I'm a new bitch. I mean, exactly that. Now, March 24th, AIW makes their return to the Cleveland area at the Masonic Temple. And I get the special task to challenge anybody in the world that I want to. So I don't care if you're from Canada, Mexico, Australia, Japan. It don't really matter. I don't care if you're a man, woman, cat, dog, baby. I will rock your ass to sleep. So hit up AIW management. Let them know that you want Joseline Navarro to personally whip your ass. So you and the world can see when I say I'm a new bitch. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to just show you. So whoever decides to answer that open challenge, baby, be ready. Because you're about to fight for your life. It's a new year and I'm a new bitch. I mean, exactly that. Now, March 24th, AIW makes their return to the Cleveland area at the Masonic Temple. And I get the special task to challenge anybody in the world that I want to. So I don't care if you're from Canada, Mexico, Australia, Japan. It don't really matter. I don't care if you're a man, woman, cat, dog, baby. I will rock your ass to sleep. So hit up AIW management. Let them know that you want Joseline Navarro to personally whoop your ass. So you and the world can see when I say I'm a new bitch. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to just show you. So whoever decides to answer that open challenge, baby, be ready. Because you about to fight for your life.
And shit, but she was taking too long, so I had to, boom, get your ass out of here, girl. And then she started talking to me crazy, so, ooh, damn. Ooh, wow. See, but that's what you get when you be talking crazy. Then I had to show y'all a little flexibility because I'm flexible. And then the ref gonna tell me to back up, stop choking her. Like, first of all, she like being choked. Second of all, who are you to tell me to stop choking her? And then see, bam, give her a little some of this, some of that. Bam, throw it back like the 10-year challenge, followed by giving her a little something she could feel. And then, like I seen my gear gets stuck to her gear, like, that's wild. And then I'm calling timeout. She gonna come grab my hair. Don't you know not to touch a black woman's hair? Now look at you. Now look at you. You getting beat up because you know the rules. Then, boom, punch her in the back of the head because she over here wilding. Followed by, boom, kick to the face. Hey, y'all, watch this, though. Watch how I do it. Because I'm about to do it real dirty. I'm about to do it real dirty. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Bam! Y'all see how her body flipped around? I was like, damn, like, I really, ooh, wow. I'm really just dogging her shit. I don't know how she's surviving this. I had to bring her over here because, you know how when you was a little kid and your mom grabbed you by your ear, he let the way I ride it, dogging it. Look at that. Look at that. I'm like, look, I told you before she like being choked and you playing, like, get out of my face. And then look, these kids on the side of the ring, they was getting in my shit for real. And I'm like, you know what? I'll come out there and whoop all y'all little badasses. And this little boy in a fake Packers jersey, he like, I fight adults. I'm like, I fight kids. But first of all, why would she do that to me? I thought we was friends. So I had to double it up and boom, put my boots through her chest. And then she on the ground wallowing. She was making this noise. She was like, oh. I'm for real, y'all. She was making that noise. Like, don't believe nothing else. Don't believe nothing different. And bam. Oh, I ain't even going to hold y'all. She did dog me with this elbow. She did dog me with that elbow. So, you know what? I was done with her. I had to get her out of here because I was tired of her shenanigans. So, you know, I had to pull out that Widow's Peak for the freaks out here. 1, 2, 3, done. Game over. She thinks she quick, but I'm quicker. She thinks she thick, but I'm thicker. And I'm like, come on, ref. Why you taking so long? Raise my hand. Bam, y'all see the sunlight hit my face? I love being black.
Taking on this ride with me. Yeah. You know what? Here go 2 more for y'all. Yeah.
Well, sir, I don't think anybody here would deny that when you send your chickens out in the morning from your barnyard, those chickens will return that evening to your barnyard, not your neighbor's barnyard. I think this is a prime example of the devil's chickens coming back home to roost. That the chickens that he sent out, the violence that he's perpetrated in other countries, here and abroad, be it 4 children in Birmingham or Medgar Evers or Lamumba over in Africa, I think this same violence has come back to claim one of their own. Now, being an old farm boy myself, chickens coming home to roost never made me sad. In fact, it's only made me glad.
I'd like to follow up on
came home too. Yeah. The butcher's coming, the butcher's coming. With my stick out, I ain't going back to the big house. Frontin' like you won, but y'all was just asking for discounts. 300 in a day, wait, that's actually a miscount. My lawyer told me it's $500,000 by his count. You know that's real shit. I don't gotta check my bitch cause it's tame mine. Time to go, and I just tap my wrist like it's Dame time. In the pocket throwing spirals. You know this game, you put out something hot, and they won't like you. But get shot, you going viral. Push the color in the mullet hand. I played this game right with stash houses and rubber bands. One hand wash the other hand. This year we gon' settle it as veterans. We know that nothing come before presidents. Muscle, don't beat intelligence. How far when the school was irrelevant? Wrong one to bet against. Gave my hood drugs like I had a degree in medicine. Spending digits on glitter. When the last time you heard a nigga spit it as realer? Got dope boys trending on Twitter. Nightmare on Elm Street. This what heaven and hell meet. Your favorite rapper had a horrible sales week. Couple years since I felt grief. I felt deep. Bad dope, cheap weight, and pink tape like a Barbie.
And it's garnering the response. It's garnering the last fans.
Call a cartel, cause Molotovs fled when we dead beef. I stay healthier, staying away from them leeches and red meat. We ain't fucking, we counting up in that 5-star hotel suite. Niggas know who been had it. With the flow, I been had it. I got that white girl on sicko mode like I'm Travis out riding. I listen low like my tempo slow like a ballad. I'm pitching holes, this brick like a give and go. Y'all can have it. Split this dome with your ratchet. I'm shopping, picking stones, my hustle. Like Mr. Combs, this block, I stripped the bone. I'm really heavy. Brick shake like a VHS tape. They running this bitch right now. Some of us gon' see a decade. BSF, nigga. Right. Yeah, everybody can't go, man. Everybody can't go. Man, come on, show Cosmic Kev. Back on the turf. Nah, you know what it is. Cosmic Kev. Keep going. That's some of this motherfucker. Keep going. Keep going. Shit. Keep going. They say keep going. Keep going. Come on. Come on, Joe. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, Joe. Keep going. Come back in here. Come back in. You know these niggas I was rapping all night, baby. You know what it is, man. Come on the show, man. Benny the Butcher. Show on the go. You already know. Everybody can't go. You already know what it is. Nah. Get out of this thing. Don't go in there. Don't go in there.
Locker Room League Friday edition with Miss Joseline Navarro was good. You know who I'm talking to. Everybody get in here right now. My fault. I was supposed to get y'all this one earlier, but you know, better late than never. Here we go.
I tell you it was under the sycamore tree. The sun stopped shining for me.
Listen, what's good, everybody? You already know who it is. AJ Styles P, Lorenzo Pierce, all those good things. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Please like, share, and subscribe to the stream. Please like, share, and subscribe to the stream. Everybody, please bear with me. It has been the longest week of my life. Probably the longest 2 weeks. You dig what I'm saying? But it's all good. We're going to keep everything flowing. I want to shout out Mr. Isaiah Browner for stopping through last week. You think I'm saying? We had a very in-depth conversation about his story and his journey so far. And today I definitely wanted that interview to be accompanied with another interview, right? We've definitely seen these individuals on the scene. For me, it is definitely an inspiration to see these individuals on the scene, but to individualize things today, I think it's very important at this very time because I'm very late to get this to y'all. Everybody, please welcome Mr. Joseline Navarro to the locker room. How you doing, Ms. Joseline? Thank you for joining.
I'm good. How are you?
Everything good. I'm good. I'm good. Well, it's Friday here in Philly. It's a lot going on. The Eagles is playing in a little minute. But you know, my priority is right here, right now. You dig what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate your presence today. Pardon me on a few hiccups during the logistics putting together this thing. And yeah, I definitely appreciate you more than ever. So thank you so much. How you feeling once again?
I'm good. I'm alive, you know.
Absolutely.
That's the important part.
Absolutely. That's what's up, and that's what I like to hear. You dig what I'm saying? So to get straight to it, Miss Joseline, the first question I usually ask guests, talents that's here on the lead, I like to know why pro wrestling for you, simply put.
I've always been a wrestling fan, and I was always an athlete as well. You know, growing up, my parents always had us in a bunch of different activities, a bunch of different sports to, you know, have us well rounded and whatnot. So, me and my brother went to a WWE pay per view that was in Cleveland, and we had got like second row tickets, and um, Naomi was wrestling, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to go ahead and actually try this. So
Yeah. Now, was that the first time you like laid eyes on pro wrestling, like that particular event?
no.
Okay.
I've been a pro wrestling fan my whole life. Like we used to go to shows growing up and whatnot. But at that moment, I was just like, yeah, I want to go ahead and try wrestling.
Absolutely. No, that's what's up. And I appreciate that too. I think that is dope with yourself coming from one of my favorite cities. That our people come from. For me, it's like, you know, the capital of the Midwest, you know what I mean? Just based on a lot of different things. Some people might say some other cities, but I definitely think it's Cleveland, Ohio.
It's definitely Cleveland.
And I mean, I'm a little biased, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm slightly a neighbor to y'all. I'm in Pennsylvania. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know. But yeah, that's what's up. That's what I like to hear. So, who is responsible for your training?
I trained at the AIW Academy in Cleveland, Ohio. So Josh Prohibition, Dominic Guarini, and Dr. Daniel C. Rockham. Those are three that had a hand in training me.
Absolutely. Now, would you say that AIW's reputation as both a training ground and a promotion, like, what is that like? What is that reputation like in the Midwest? Is it particularly the same? Because for me, I think the AIW is like a dope place to just like work. And I kind of was talking a little bit of that with Isaiah. But just from a training standpoint, what was it the most grand experience when it comes to pro wrestling training compared to some others? How does that question sound to you? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the luxury AIW has given the students compared to other places, to me, like even like if you look at the other schools around us, like a lot of them train in like a storage unit or like a basement or something like that. We train at an actual gym, so like we could go there and work out. We could take ice baths. It's a chiropractor there. Like it's literally all type of stuff at this gym, and then the wrestling ring is like in the training area, like where the personal trainers and stuff is at. So it's the luxury of like seeing where other people train and visiting a lot of other schools. Some of the schools don't even have like running water like in their schools. And like with us, we have like everything there. And the gym that we train at is literally one of my favorite gyms like ever. And I've been to a lot of gyms around the world, and it's one of the best gyms that you could possibly like be at.
Yeah, no, that's what's up. That's real good to hear too, for sure. Now, me being who I am, you know, you grew up watching wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling. I grew up in the Philadelphia area. You know, I was one of those badass kids running around the ECW arena, as I usually tell everybody. And I really shouldn't have been in there several nights. Very memorable nights though. But you grow up in it, you meet a lot of people. Yeah, you just come across a lot of folks from many walks of life. So one thing that I really appreciate about you is, one thing I don't like to use, especially when it comes to our people, especially our people on the indie scene in pro wrestling. I don't like using the word gimmick. And I was kind of saying the same thing with Isaiah too. So one thing I really appreciated about you is your brand and everything that's on display. Now, was all of those things a no-brainer for you? The flag, the different things like that, even down to how how your stuff goes online. Like, I'm a really big fan of the match commentary because so that first question, like, how did you first come up with your brand, and was it just like a no-brainer for you, like, on site once you came out of your training?
It took me a little minute. But after a while, I was just like, why don't I just completely just like 100% be myself? Because like outside of wrestling, everybody knows that I have pride in my heritage, where my family comes from and where I come from. Like everybody knows, I have on a bunch of Jamaican shit, and then people be like, "Oh, you Jamaican?" I'll be like, "Oh, damn, how you know?" But I got the flag on my leg, so it's like. So I got heavy pride in like where my people come from, and it's a blessing, especially as Black people in America, to be able to figure out where your people has come from, because so many people cannot trace their lineage back to, like if they're like Caribbean or back to Africa or whatever. So it's a blessing to be able to know my people came from these Caribbean islands, and I'm able to represent that.
Absolutely. And I love that for sure. Cause I'm a person, I have kind of like a triple consciousness going on. You dig what I'm saying? Like somebody like me, like I'm a Black man in America, but my first name is Lorenzo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My my great grandfather and great grandmother's folks, you know what I mean, originally from Cuba, and then they left. And even some of those folks, like they drifted down to Brazil. But my grandmothers and grandfathers, like children, ended up settling in North Carolina. So I kind of got this other thing going on. And then I'm born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right? And then on my mom's side, we got some Guyanese folks that's on my mother's side. So it's just like when we think about what our people are going through today, not even necessarily going through, but just what they're discussing. Aside from pro wrestling for a minute, when we think about some of the like diasporic discussions that are taking place online and things like that, I just think that based on the time that we're in as a people, and knowing that how wrestling is a mirror to reality, in a way, it kind of mirrors, art imitates life and the whole thing. I just thought it was really dope to see somebody like you, like express that, have the flag and all of those things, you know what I mean? Because, and also like what I was saying with the match commentary is that I think it's really important that, whether it's your match commentary about, when you were going against Mikey Montgomery, or your match commentary about, somebody that is from our communities, someone such as Alexis Littlefoot, hearing your voice, basically like commentate your matches, like it's the voice of a Black woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black woman from the Midwest who wrestles, and we, you know what I mean? Like, and we've heard, we know and love, like, several tens upon Black women that's been in this thing. It hasn't been many. But when I'm a person that's been watching pro wrestling all my life, and I see that somebody is calling their match that they were wrestling in, and it's the voice of a Black woman that, is from the land, but, kind of has that diasporic thing going on with the island. I just thought that recipe was just really dope. And I just really appreciated seeing something like that. So I just want to show you some appreciations for being who you are, and just for basically bringing what you bring into the scene, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So about your match with Alexis Littlefoot at Naptown. Alexis was up here too. Shout out to Littlefoot not too long ago. What was it like for y'all putting that match together? Was it fun? And how was y'all's working relationship? How do you feel like things are with y'all in the ring when you in there with it?
First of all, shout out to Naptown. I've been working for Naptown for about 2 years now, and they've been putting up with a lot of my shenanigans. So shout out to them.
Yeah, I feel you.
But It's been great. I love Alexis. She's a hard worker. She's still like super young in the business, so she is so willing to learn and take in criticism, good and bad. And it was fun working with her. It was hot as hell out there, but
Mm.
it was fun working with her. She she wants to be better and get better, and we had wanted to wrestle each other for a while prior
Hmm.
to that match. So being able to have the match together, it was pretty cool. Like I enjoy wrestling other black people. Like
Yeah.
nothing wrong with wrestling other races of people, but I don't get to wrestle black people as much, and especially black women. I'm not really on shows
Hmm.
with other black women all like that. So when I am able to be on shows with other black women, it's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
just being able to have that match with her was awesome. It was fun. I won, so that made it great, of course. Um,
It was a great match too. Y'all put one on.
thank you.
Absolutely.
And I pride myself on like having a great match with anybody, regardless of how long they've been wrestling or anything, because I feel like that's the real measuring stick of you as a wrestler. Like
Mhm.
no matter if they've been wrestling for 6 days, 6 months, 6 years, I can get them like through a match. So
Absolutely, for sure, for sure. And that's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Alexis once again. And one thing I definitely appreciate about you and your trajectory is that you're like a wrestler. Like you put some time in. There's been, I think, definitely like just a development in just like who you are, your understanding of the game, your swag. One other thing I really appreciate about you is like your age, but also like your resume, like the folks that you have checked off. You know what I mean? And we ain't got to get into everybody and who's who, but you know who they are. You know the folks, you know who they are. And yeah, I just really see, and again, I don't know what your total plans are, but again, like in the next 5 years, like I just really believe that like the package that Joseline Navarro can be is like beyond, I think, a lot of our like imaginations, because you have been placed in front of like pretty much some of the best in the world, as I was saying to Isaiah. And yeah, I just think that experience like so early just like carries you a long way. Just someone as a viewer, you know what I mean? Because I don't take bumps for a living. I don't know what this life is like. But if I could imagine it, it's just like, well, like, damn, like if she already has that person crossed out already, then like where might we see her once again one day with that person or X, Y, and Z? And I'm putting out a few clues right now, but that's something I really appreciate about your career is that like you're very young still, but you got a lot going on, and you got a lot of experience.
yeah,
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I just appreciate that about your trajectory so far.
thank you.
Absolutely. So speaking of just black people, and shout out to Alexis again once again, and seeing your folks and being with your folks in the ring. My first time seeing you, fortunately, this year was in April up here in my city for the culture. At Penn's Landing Caterers. Dope night. Shout out to everybody that came out. That was just an awesome weekend in the city. I just feel like my wrestling fandom was reborn that weekend and week. You picked up the W.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, it's very interesting for me. Like, I had my fiance right next to me. That was her favorite moment of the night. Like, she popped for you, popped for Tierra James, everybody. You dig what I'm saying? Like Jada Stone. Like, y'all really like are them. You know what I mean? And it was kind of just dope to see all y'all come out that night. In that ring. Shout out to Janae Codd too. But yeah, what was it like when you was getting the calls for the culture? How was it getting over in that match? And what was the city like for you that week?
so I was supposed to be on For the Culture last year in LA, but I wound up getting hurt literally like a week before WrestleMania week, so I had to
Mhm.
pull out. And Billy was like, "We're gonna book you for the Culture next year." So I was
Absolutely.
like,
Shout out to Philly.
"Right," I'm like, "Bet," I'm like, "I
Mhm.
appreciate that." So like around January or February, he reached out and was like, "You down for the Culture?" And I was like, "Of course."
Yeah.
So I was really excited for that, and like earlier in the day, myself, Maya, and Jada did a tryout for Spark Joshi at the World Dojo,
Mm.
and I can't remember I can't remember where that is, but Cheeseburger runs it.
Yep. Absolutely. Shout out Chief.
Yeah, yeah. So we
Mm-hmm.
had a tryout there, and we were all selected to do the Spark Joshi show that Sunday. So I was already having a good day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, nothing can ruin this day. Like I'm having a good day. We get to the venue. I'm already excited because I love all these girls. Well, that was my first time meeting Tierra, but
Nice.
I usually hit off really well with the girls, like first meeting them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I already known the other girls and stuff. We're all like friends and stuff like that. So I'm
Absolutely.
like, if we not gonna do nothing else, we gonna put on a banger. Like
Oh yeah.
it's all different styles clash, whatever.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm the heavy in the match, so so I'm like, I'm not gonna be doing all that flippy shit. That's for everybody else. I'm the biggest girl in the match. I don't need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like all of the styles worked well together. The reaction I got when I came out when my music played,
Yeah.
because I come out to Welcome to Jam Rock and the people were singing, they were singing the front part. I was like, oh shit!
One of the best moments of the night. Yeah, it was one of the best moments of the night. Yeah, it felt like we was back in West Philly because that's why the Jamaicans at out here. You dig what I'm saying? So I felt like I was back in my neighborhood. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that always like, and I love that I come out to that because that's like no matter where I go, like when people hear that song,
Oh yeah.
they sing to it, and I'll be like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
it make me
It's
feel
a
like
moment.
a superstar, you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that bass line. Oh yeah. It was one of the. So that's the thing. Like y'all had match of the night. Just to let you know, like y'all did. Like the pace of it. You know the number of participants. Granted, it was some shit on the card. It was some shit that night. You know what I mean? But I really feel like coming out of it, where y'all was placed on the card, how For the Culture was sequenced. I think y'all definitely had match of the night. Period. You dig what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. I know you like. I'm gonna leave all the flippy shit to Jada. Y'all got. You know what I mean? Like. No, that's what's up.
But like so, you know, being able to come out to that and like immediately feeling the energy from the crowd and having the crowd behind you, like it was so dope. And then for me to win against, you know, all five of them was like awesome as well. They're all amazing competitors. I love them all.
Yeah.
I would love to have singles matches with each of them. Well, me and Maya had a singles match like a couple of months ago, but I would like to have singles matches with each and every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a fun experience, and I wish the only thing is I wish the show was earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It was at fucking like midnight or something.
Yeah. It was yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my only gripe, that I wish it was earlier, but like other than that, it was great. Like nothing could have been better.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad everybody was really into our match. So
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, definitely match of the night.
thank you.
Yeah, so to move right along, everybody, thank y'all so much for tuning into the stream this afternoon. This is the Miss Joseline Navarro edition of the Locker Room Lead. Please like, share, and subscribe to the stream. Excuse me. Like I said, y'all, it's been a long week, and my speech impediment is coming back out, but we're gonna keep it rolling. So like I said, Miss Joseline, last week, you know, we had the opportunity of speaking to Mr. Isaiah Bronner.
I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. It said you muted.
There we go. Because when I plug back in, it automatically mutes me. All right, bet we good. Be Gucci. Gucci. All right, Locker Room Lead, everybody. Thank y'all. So last week we had the opportunity of talking to Mr. Isaiah Bronner. I want to shout out to him again. Real guy. You know what I mean? One of my favorite people to talk to in this thing. We got a little bit of his perspective around, like, you know, a little bit of y'all's working relationship. Would you be willing to divulge a little bit about how it is having a partner in pro wrestling, the strengths of that, and how y'all might influence one another in this thing right now.
Yeah, so it's awesome like having a partner in wrestling because you can bounce ideas off of your partner. Sometimes we'd be out in a bowling alley and it's like, hey, you think this would be cool? And then like we'd be trying shit like between like rows and stuff, and people would be looking at us crazy, but it was like, like whatever.
Yeah, no, fuck with that. Yeah.
So like, and then stuff like that. So and then wrestling is so it make you mentally and emotionally on a roller coaster. So like sometimes we gotta talk each other off the ledge and stuff like that. So being with somebody that understands what's going on, like it's way different than being with somebody that's not a wrestler because it's just like they can't relate. And I mean, not nothing against people that can't relate to it, but like it's you just can't relate. So it's just like versus being with somebody that can relate and does understand and understands what you're talking about and understands how things feel and whatnot. So like we can have a whole conversation in wrestling terms and we understand what the other person is talking about, or
Absolutely.
like being able to just like travel with each other. Um, like I'm not like one of us booked, one of us isn't. Like you're not doing shit. Like come on, get in the car. Like all right, I'm not doing nothing.
Real
So
rap.
doggone. Yeah, and then you wind up wrestling on the show. So it's just like um, being with somebody in the business is honestly it's cool. It's a blessing. It's fun to be able to be on a journey that you've
Hmm.
always wanted to be on with somebody. So
Absolutely, definitely. And for you all's match that you had, like how was that putting it together with them?
which one? The first one or the second one?
From St. Louis,
Oh,
2022.
okay, okay. Um, okay, yeah, that was the second one.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
how was it? It was fun, like because I originally was supposed to wrestle, I think Brooke Valentine, but she wound up getting like hurt,
Right.
and I don't remember who he was supposed to wrestle. But I was like, "Fuck it, let us wrestle each other," and they was like, "All right."
Yeah. Let's run y'all. Real rap. Mm.
Yeah, so it was like, fuck it, like let's wrestle. So
Yeah.
that was fun because I really enjoy doing intergender matches, and I think I've been like his only intergender matches, I believe so. But I really enjoy them. I'm well versed in intergender and especially wrestling like heavyweights.
Hmm.
So it was really easy to like get through everything, and um he was hitting me kind of hard, and I was like, all right, like relax now, like.
Kind of stiff, Ziggy. Kind of stiff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, like, and that's the one thing, like for me, like wrestling heavyweights. Sometimes they'll knock the shit out of me, and I'm like, hold on now,
Yeah.
like,
Like what's going on?
yeah, I'm a lady, like you gotta relax. And then they
Yeah.
get to the back, they be like, well, you hit me hard as hell, like,
Yeah.
okay, it's like what that
Yeah.
mean? But no, yeah, it was fun. Like we have fun. We want to do it again. So
Hmm.
hopefully somebody somewhere book us to wrestle each other. So
Yeah. That's what's up.
yeah.
Yeah. No. No. I mean, it's crazy, but I think I see what's taking place. It's like stiff work sometimes makes you a better worker. You know what I mean? So
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all for showing everything that y'all got going on. Um, to kind of bring things around now, Jocelyn, how much does your family support your wrestling? Do they enjoy it?
Oh, absolutely. My parents come to like 99% of the shows that's in Cleveland, or like because sometimes my home promotion run in Akron, they are there. So like all the other wrestlers on the roster know my parents. They know my niece.
Mm.
Um, I bring my niece in the locker room sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
Um, like everybody, they come and support. They come and support myself, and they support Isaiah, and some of the other. They support some of the other wrestlers also. Um, my niece, you can hear her very loudly in the crowd, like distinctively. So if they'll hear her yelling, they'll be like, "Oh, that's your niece out there." I'm like, yeah, that's her.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Very distinct.
my
Hmm.
parents, my siblings, my parents, my siblings, like my cousins and my nieces and my nephew, like they all come. They love wrestling, very supportive. I come from a very supportive family. Like whatever you want to do
That's what's up.
outside of like anything illegal, they're not gonna support no illegal shit.
We
But
bro. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
but whatever you want to do, like they like, all right, cool, cool. Like when I first told my parents I wanted to wrestle, it was like, all right, like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever. We all support each other, like, and whatever. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, and just to wrap up real quick, you attended Ole Miss for undergrad. Now, when with that, and I guess like in conjunction with your training, like when did you start training, and like did your undergrad like have like you take a break in, or how was that journey in between like undergrad and training?
okay, so I started at Ole Miss, but I did not finish at Ole Miss. So
Okay.
I started at Ole Miss, and I was there um for like my freshman and sophomore year, and then I moved back to Cleveland, and then I started training. And then I finished my undergrad at the school called Case Western Reserve, and that's like one of the best schools in the world. It's a medical research school as well.
Got it.
So it's very like very prestigious. And when I
Hmm.
tell people that, they be like, "Oh my God, you're so smart," and I be like, mm. like yeah, like sure,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
that's
No.
what you want to believe, you know.
Right now. No, that's what's up though. Yeah. For
But yeah,
sure.
um, cycling between undergrad and training for wrestling was rough. It was so rough because then I also had a job also. So it
Hmm.
was like so it was like I had my classes and then I would go to training and then I would go to work. I would work overnight and then I go like back to school and like my sleep schedule was terrible. It was awful.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, well, I'm fighting for my life, you know. So
Yeah.
then I got to a point where I was just like, I'm gonna finish online because I cannot do all these things at once. So I
Yeah.
finished my undergrad at Case Western online, and then I was working, and then I was training and stuff. So
Absolutely. No, that's what's up. And that kind of reminds me of me in a way. And shout out to you, you know what I mean, as far as like, folks that like is getting into like nursing, administration, any type of medical research, billing, any of that stuff. I mean, shout out to y'all because it's kind of what's keeping our society like afloat. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
even if you don't work in the industry necessarily, just having that knowledge I think is very important for just humans in general.
yeah, for sure.
But even for me, you dig what I'm saying? Like I played, a little bit of baseball in high school. I was getting recruited and I got hurt. Lost all my scholarships, a couple, dope schools here in Philly that, got good baseball programs right off of the table. I was planning on walking on at one of the schools that had offered me was Chestnut Hill College up in like Northwest Philadelphia.
Hmm.
Um, but instead I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna just find something else to do. So I started writing for the sports page. And from there, I was like, I don't know if this undergrad situation working out for me. So I transferred to Full Sail University and kind of like refound my love of pro wrestling with NXT and everything going on down there, with the TV tapings and shit, and eventually I became an online student for Full Sail. So I finished my undergrad online as well.
Hmm.
So I definitely can relate a little bit, but I definitely just like bringing together these stories of young people journeys, right? Like going to undergrad, making the decisions to get into pro wrestling, journalism, all of these different things. I just think that all of these things connect so much for so many of us, no matter what industry we might be in. You know what I mean? I think that we kind of all are dealing with like similar things, whether
Oh,
that's
for
like
sure.
want to leave behind this school for another one or whatever the case is, but just kind of using the things like pro wrestling and music and, you know, love of our people as like a catalyst to discuss these other things. You know what I mean? So that's essentially why, you know, this program exists. So, you know, I definitely want to thank you for your time, your presence, and your flexibility also, you know, just trying to get this conversation off of the ground. And yeah, that's really all I have. I hope that you know, conversation, I hope that all of that makes sense. You know what I mean? 'Cause I know that this isn't like your standard wrestling interview. And I understand that. And I definitely want to make that clear to like the people that I talk to. That, you know, this research that we're doing is not just for purposes of being wrestling fans, but just figuring out a little bit more about ourselves as people through these art forms. So I definitely, you know, just want to give that, you know, just give that as an explanation. You know what I mean? Just so it can make sense a little bit better. So I hope that this time was good for you, Miss Joseline. And is there anything else you want to leave us with this evening? Where to follow you? Any future bookings we can be looking forward to? You know, you let us know.
Definitely follow me on Twitter, Joss_E_Navarro. On Instagram, Joseline__Navarro. TikTok, Joseline_Navarro13. I'm gonna be posting more match voiceovers and other voiceovers because I'll be bored and people like hearing me talk. So I'll be posting more voiceovers of other things that I'll be doing. So I'm gonna be popping up some places soon. I can't say because they haven't been announced.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I got a busy September though, so just look out because y'all gonna see me some places.
Definitely.
Like,
You seem to be you seem to be very outside and like very active. You know what I mean? So that's why I definitely wanted to get this done because I'm like, okay, like it seemed like it's a Joseline season kind of taking place last few months. You know what I mean? Everything coming out of for the culture and So I'm like, you know, I definitely wanted to make this a thing. So again, I definitely appreciate your time, presence, flexibility, Miss Navarro, and I really wish you the best of luck on your journey. I definitely am looking to, you know, speak again in the near future. I'm definitely be hitting up my man Isaiah, and I just wishing y'all the best of luck and appreciate y'all so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yep, no problem, Jasmine. Have a really amazing weekend. Thank you.
All right, thank you too.
Absolutely. Everybody, that was Miss Joseline Navarro. We're gonna be back in about an hour's time to speak to Mr. Isaiah Wolf. Mr. Isaiah Wolf will be in the locker room at about 6:37. It's a double duty league day, y'all. I really appreciate y'all's time. I really appreciate y'all's flexibility. Appreciate y'all. Let's go Birds. Isaiah Wolf, what's up, baby? What's going on? We're going to get in a few minutes. Brooklyn, what's up?
A boy want me bow, want me tell him to flee. I tell you it was under the sycamore tree. The sun stopped shining for me. Tell you it was under the sycamore tree. A boy want me bow, want me tell him to flee. I tell you it was under the sycamore tree. The sun stopped shining for me. Well, remember when we used to row? You used to drop your hint and me think you did a gal. But me a goody and me never know how.
Well, y'all gonna enjoy this with me for a few minutes before I get out this joint. This that shit.
Need a leak, but you make it back, cause me never want speak. And me a gal we go on me church every week. So me nah make no boy turn me in a freak. So me said, under the sycamore tree. A boy want me bow, want me tell him to flee. I tell you it was under the sycamore tree. The sun stopped shining for me. I tell you it was under the sycamore tree. A boy want me bow, want me tell him to flee. I tell you it was under the sycamore tree. The sun stopped shining for me. What? Me love you, but me still have me pride. Me a girl will give you all the wickedest ride. But me have to stay on the righteous side. Me nah make no boy make me walk and hide. Call me old fashion, I know everything me like. Me a girl will ride on your big ninja bike. Run any marathon, pin on my spike. I want my me chat pan and me student.
Isaiah Wolf in the hour, y'all. What's good? We out.
A boy want me bow, want me tell him to flee. I tell you it was under the sycamore tree.